Hey guys, Travis here with DFS Karma and Bet Karma doing another episode as part of our new Betting 101 YouTube series. Now these handful of videos we're doing are mainly geared for the day one bettor. Someone has only bet a few times before or maybe not at all, and they want as much information as possible before they step into the ring. So this episode is what is a spread, and by the end of the episode, if you think that I've answered that question well enough for you, go ahead and click the thumbs up on this YouTube video, and then make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't yet already, so you don't miss out on any of the betting tips we're dropping here. So, what is a spread? Now, if you've already watched the betting video of what is a money line, you know that the money line bet is 100% related to if the team wins or not. Now, a spread is a little bit more in depth. So as you see here on the screen, I already have two examples of a spread. The first one, Team A -5. So first off, if you haven't even watched that money line video yet, the minus symbol on money lines and spreads means that team is the favorite to win. So they're favored to win the game. If you see the plus sign, they're the underdog. So if I look at a bet and I see Team A -5, what can we determine? We can determine, first off, this team is favored to win the game. They're favored to win by 5 points. The spread is how many points that team is expected to win. And then, of course, you see the plus. That's how much points the team is expected to lose by. So what happens when you bet on this? So if I put money on Team A -5, what do I have to happen? Well, I need 6 points or more in the margin of victory. So if it's an NFL game and Team A has 17 points and Team B has 10 points, do they win by 6 or more points? Yeah, they win by 7, so I win that bet. If they win by 4 points or less, I completely lose the bet, or if they lose altogether, I lose the bet. But what happens if they win by 5 points exactly? Well, that's called a push. So if they win by exactly the amount of points of the spread, that doesn't mean you lose the bet, but it also means you don't win it. So what happens is the bet just kind of cancels out as if it never happened before. You don't make any profit whatsoever. You just get the money back that you put on the team, and you just have that to bet on something else. So you have to have the team win by more than what the points are. So if it's minus and they're the favorite, whatever that number is, that team has to win by more than that amount of points. So if it's minus 5.5, they have to win, say, still have to win by 6 or more. However, this time, if it's minus 5.5 and they win by 5 exactly, it's not a push, you lose because you bet on that 0.5. So that's where the 0.5s matter, and you have to pay attention to that. And same thing on the underdog side. The team can win outright. So if the team wins, you win your bet. But they can still lose, and you can still win your bet. So if we're looking on Team B plus 5.5, that means the team can win the game, or they can lose by 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 points. If any of those things happen, you win your bet. If the team loses by 6 points or more, you lose your bet. If the team loses by 5 points, because you have that little 0.5 kicker on there, you still win your bet. So that is what a spread is. And let me pull up betkarma.com here. So I've mentioned this in the Moneyline video. If you haven't yet signed up for an account on betkarma.com, first off, you're crazy. It's a free account. We have a lot of tools there you can play around with. Go ahead and do that right after this video is over with. Right after you click like, right after you click subscribe, go to betkarma.com and sign up for a free account. But here is a couple weeks ago, I pulled up an NBA slate. So we've already talked about the money line, which is that first series of columns, the live and the open. The spread is in the middle section. So the open is what the odds were when the game first had odds created for it. So when Vegas first said this team is going to win by this many points, that's what an open is. Live is what it is as you're looking at the spread. So let's say Vegas on a Tuesday for NFL, they drop, of course, I know we're looking at NBA, but for NFL, on Tuesday, if they drop the odds for a team to win by a certain amount of points, you have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then you have Sunday morning where that line can change. So the live is what the odds are that exact second you're looking at the odds on betkarma.com. So you can kind of see, okay, are the odds more or are they less? Well, what does it mean if they're more or less? If you see a team that is favored to win by, let's say, 4 points. So you see a -4 open, but now the live is -7. Well, something drastic had to happen for them to go to -4 to -7. That means they're much more greater of a favorite than they were when Vegas first developed these odds. So it could be injuries, people sitting out. It could be people coming back from injuries. It could be a whole slew of things. But pay attention to that because if you see a massive difference from the open to the live, make sure you look into researching if there's news or anything because you may want to stay away from that bet if something crazy happened. But yeah, that's the gist here of what is a spread. So if you think that I answered this question well enough, click that thumbs up as I mentioned, subscribe to this channel, and we hope to see you on our next episode of our new Betting 101 YouTube series. See you then.